Bison are fascinating creatures with a rich history and many intriguing aspects that often go unnoticed. They are majestic and powerful with a blend of physical prowess, social dynamics, and ecological importance. In this extensive exploration, we will delve into the lesser-known facts about bison, shedding light on their unique characteristics, behaviors, and the role they play in the environment. The American bison, often simply referred to as bison, is the largest land mammal in North America. These massive animals can weigh up to 2,000 pounds and stand 6 feet tall at the shoulder. Despite their size, bison are surprisingly agile, capable of running at speeds of up to 35 miles per hour and jumping over fences that are up to 6 feet high. This combination of speed and power makes them a formidable presence on the plains. Bison are known for their distinctive hump, which is actually a large mass of muscle supported by long vertebrae. This hump is crucial for their survival, as it provides the strength needed to plow through deep snow during harsh winters in search of food. Their heads are also large and powerful, allowing them to sweep aside snow and uncover buried vegetation. One of the most interesting aspects of bison behavior is their social structure. Bison live in groups called herds, which are typically composed of females and their offspring. Males usually live in separate groups called bachelor herds, except during the mating season known as the rut. During the rut, males join the female herds and engage in intense competitions for the right to mate. These competitions involve headbutting and other displays of strength, with the dominant males earning the opportunity to breed. Bison communication is another fascinating topic. They use a variety of vocalizations, body postures, and scents to convey information. For example, when a bison is alarmed, it may raise its tail and snort to alert the rest of the herd. Calves communicate with their mothers through soft grunts, while males emit deep bellows during the rut to assert dominance and attract females. The diet of bison is primarily composed of grasses and sedges, making them crucial players in their ecosystems. By grazing, bison help maintain the health of the grasslands. Their grazing patterns create a mosaic of plant heights, which in turn supports a diversity of wildlife. Moreover, bison wallowing behavior, where they roll in dust to deter insects and shed fur, creates depressions in the ground that can fill with water and become microhabitats for various plants and animals. Bison have had a profound cultural and spiritual significance for many indigenous peoples in North America. They were not only a source of food, but also provided materials for clothing, shelter, and tools. The bison was revered and respected, often featuring prominently in rituals and storytelling. The near extinction of bison in the 19th century, driven by overhunting and habitat loss, had devastating effects on indigenous communities who relied on them. The conservation story of the bison is one of both tragedy and triumph. By the late 1800s, the bison population had dwindled to just a few hundred individuals. However, thanks to concerted conservation efforts, their numbers have rebounded to over 5,000 today. This remarkable recovery is a testament to the resilience of the species and the dedication of those who worked tirelessly to save them. Bison also play a critical role in modern conservation efforts. As keystone species, they help shape their environments in ways that benefit other wildlife. For example, their grazing patterns can reduce the spread of invasive plant species, promoting biodiversity. Additionally, bison are often used in prairie restoration projects to help revive and maintain native grassland ecosystems. Bison genetics is another area of great interest. There are two subspecies of American bison, the plains bison and the wood bison. Plains bison are more numerous and are primarily found in the United States and southern Canada, while wood bison are larger and inhabit the boreal forests of northern Canada. Genetic studies have revealed that many bison today carry traces of cattle DNA, a result of past hybridization attempts. This genetic mixing presents challenges and opportunities for conservationists working to preserve the species' genetic integrity. Bison have also made their mark on popular culture. They are featured on the emblem of the United States Department of the Interior and were designated the National Mammal of the United States in 2016. Bison appear in literature, films, and even on the iconic buffalo nickel, which was minted from 1913 to 1938. Bison are incredibly resilient animals. They have adapted to survive in environments ranging from the hot, arid plains to the cold, snowy landscapes of the north. Their thick fur provides insulation against the cold, while their ability to find and digest tough, fibrous plants allows them to thrive in areas where other herbivores might struggle. This adaptability has been key to their survival through changing climates and habitats over millennia. The role of bison in scientific research is also noteworthy. Studying bison can provide insights into animal behavior, genetics, and ecology. For instance, researchers have investigated the social dynamics within bison herds to better understand the evolution of social behavior in mammals. Bison also serve as a model for studying the impacts of grazing on ecosystems, which can inform conservation and land management practices. The reintroduction of bison to various parts of North America has been a significant focus of conservation efforts. These reintroduction projects aim not only to boost bison populations, but also to restore the ecological balance of the areas where they once roamed. For example, the reintroduction of bison to Yellowstone National Park has been highly successful, leading to a more diverse and vibrant ecosystem. Bison grazing helps maintain open meadows and reduces the encroachment of woody plants, benefiting species such as elk and pronghorn that also depend on these habitats. Bison have a unique reproductive strategy. Females give birth to a single calf after a gestation period of around 9.5 months. Calves are typically born in the spring and are able to stand and walk within a few hours of birth. This rapid development is crucial for their survival, as it allows them to keep up with the herd. Calves are born with a reddish-brown coat, which gradually darkens as they mature. The relationship between bison and humans has evolved over time. Indigenous peoples hunted bison sustainably for thousands of years, using every part of the animal to meet their needs. However, the arrival of European settlers dramatically altered this relationship. Bison were hunted to near extinction in the 19th century as part of a deliberate strategy to undermine the indigenous way of life and open the plains for agriculture and settlement. This period of mass slaughter had devastating effects on both the bison and the indigenous cultures that depended on them. The story of the bison is also a story of resilience and recovery. The efforts to save the bison from extinction involved a diverse group of people, including ranchers, conservationists, and indigenous leaders. These efforts led to the establishment of protected areas and breeding programs that have helped bison populations recover. Today, bison are found in national parks, wildlife refuges, and private ranches across North America. Bison are known for their impressive physical capabilities. Despite their bulky appearance, they are incredibly agile and can navigate rough terrain with ease. They can turn quickly and leap over obstacles, which is essential for evading predators and moving through their environment. Their sharp eyesight and keen sense of smell also help them detect danger and find food. The seasonal movements of bison are another fascinating aspect of their behavior. Bison herds migrate in response to changing weather and food availability. In the summer, they often move to higher elevations to find fresh grazing areas and escape the heat. In the winter, they descend to lower elevations where the snow is less deep, making it easier to find food. These migrations are essential for their survival and help maintain the health of the ecosystems they inhabit. Bison have a significant impact on the landscape. Their grazing helps shape plant communities, promoting the growth of grasses and preventing the dominance of woody plants. This creates a diverse habitat that supports a wide range of species. Additionally, bison wallows, which are depressions created when bison roll on the ground, can become temporary ponds that provide water for other animals and create unique microhabitats. The conservation of bison has broader implications for biodiversity. By protecting and restoring bison populations, we also protect the many species and ecosystems that depend on them. This holistic approach to conservation recognizes the interconnectedness of all living things and the importance of maintaining healthy, functioning ecosystems. Bison are not just important ecologically, they also have economic significance. Bison ranching is a growing industry, providing meat that is lower in fat and higher in protein than beef. Bison leather is also highly valued for its durability and quality. By promoting sustainable bison ranching, we can support conservation efforts while also providing economic benefits. The cultural significance of bison continues to resonate today. For many indigenous peoples, the bison is a symbol of strength, resilience, and the deep connection between humans and nature. Efforts to restore bison populations are often led by indigenous communities who view the return of the bison as a vital part of their cultural and spiritual revival. Educational programs about bison are helping to raise awareness about their importance and the challenges they face. Schools, museums, and wildlife centers offer programs that teach people about the history, biology, and conservation of bison. These programs inspire future generations to care about wildlife and take action to protect it. The story of the bison is also a reminder of the impact humans can have on the environment. The near extinction of the bison was a direct result of human actions, but so is their recovery. This demonstrates that while human activities can cause great harm, they can also drive positive change when we choose to act responsibly and compassionately. Bison are more than just an iconic species. They are a testament to the resilience of nature and the power of conservation. By learning about bison and supporting efforts to protect them, we can contribute to the preservation of a vital part of our natural heritage. The ongoing recovery of bison populations is a hopeful sign that, with dedication and effort, we can make a difference in the fight to protect our planet's biodiversity. The relationship between bison and the landscape is a complex and dynamic one. Bison have evolved to thrive in the vast grasslands of North America, and their presence helps to maintain the health of these ecosystems. Their grazing patterns create a mosaic of different plant heights and densities, which supports a variety of wildlife. For example, ground-nesting birds such as prairie chickens and meadowlarks benefit from the diverse vegetation structure created by bison grazing. Bison also play a role in nutrient cycling. As they graze, they consume plants and deposit manure, which fertilizes the soil and promotes plant growth. This nutrient cycling helps maintain the productivity of the grasslands and supports a diverse array of plant and animal species. Additionally, bison hooves disturb the soil, creating small pockets that can capture water and seeds, further enhancing plant diversity. The history of bison in North America is a story of both abundance and loss. Before European settlement, tens of millions of bison roamed the continent, shaping the landscape through their grazing and movement. They were a keystone species, meaning their presence and activities had a disproportionately large impact on the environment. The mass slaughter of bison in the 19th century was a catastrophic event, resulting in the near extinction of this once plentiful species and disrupting the ecosystems they inhabited. The recovery of bison populations has been a remarkable conservation success story. Today, bison are found in protected areas such as national parks and wildlife refuges, as well as on private lands where they are managed for conservation and sustainable use. These efforts have not only saved the bison from extinction, but have also helped restore the health and diversity of the ecosystems they inhabit. Bison are also important in the context of climate change. As grassland ecosystems are threatened by changing temperatures and precipitation patterns, the role of bison in maintaining these habitats becomes even more critical. By promoting plant diversity and resilience, bison help grasslands adapt to changing conditions. Additionally, grasslands sequester significant amounts of carbon in their soils, making them important allies in the fight against climate change. The behavior of bison is influenced by a combination of social structure, environmental conditions, and individual variation. Bison herds are typically matriarchal, with older females leading the group and making decisions about where to graze and when to move. This social structure helps ensure the survival of the herd, as experienced individuals can guide the group to the best resources and avoid potential dangers. Male bison or bulls have a different social structure. Outside of the mating season, they often form small bachelor groups or live solitary lives. During the rut, however, they become highly competitive, engaging in displays of strength and dominance to win mating opportunities. These competitions can be intense and sometimes result in injury, but they are crucial for maintaining the genetic health of the population. Bison are also known for their strong maternal bonds. Females give birth to a single calf each year, which they care for and protect until it is old enough to fend for itself. Calves stay close to their mothers, learning important survival skills and forming social bonds that will help them integrate into the herd. The presence of calves can influence the behavior of the entire herd, as females are more vigilant and protective when young are present. The physical characteristics of bison are well adapted to their environment. Their thick fur provides insulation against cold temperatures, while their large heads and strong neck muscles allow them to move snow and find food during the winter. Bison also have a hump on their shoulders, which is composed of muscle and supported by elongated vertebrae. This hump gives them the strength to plow through deep snow and break through ice to access water. The diet of bison is another interesting aspect of their biology. Bison are primarily grazers, feeding on a variety of grasses and sedges. However, they are also known to consume other plants, including shrubs and forbs, especially when their preferred foods are scarce. This flexibility in their diet allows them to survive in a range of habitats and conditions, from the prairies of the Great Plains to the boreal forests of Canada. Bison have a complex digestive system that enables them to extract nutrients from tough, fibrous plant material. Like other ruminants, bison have a four-chambered stomach that allows them to ferment and break down cellulose. This process involves regurgitating and re-chewing their food, known as cud, to aid in digestion. This efficient digestive system allows bison to thrive on a diet that would be inadequate for many other animals. The interaction between bison and other wildlife is an important aspect of their ecological role. Bison grazing creates a dynamic mosaic of habitats that support a variety of species. For example, grazed areas with shorter vegetation provide habitat for ground-nesting birds, while taller vegetation in ungrazed areas offers cover for small mammals and insects. Bison also influence the distribution and behavior of predators, such as wolves and bears, which rely on bison as a food source. The presence of bison can also affect the behavior of other herbivores. For example, pronghorn and elk often graze in areas where bison have already fed, taking advantage of the shorter, more nutritious regrowth. This interaction can lead to complex patterns of resource use and competition among different species. By studying these interactions, scientists can gain insights into the dynamics of grassland ecosystems and the role of large herbivores in maintaining ecological balance. Bison have a significant impact on the hydrology of their habitats. Their wallowing behavior creates depressions that can capture and retain water, creating temporary ponds and wetlands. These water sources are important for a variety of species, providing drinking water and habitat for plants and animals. Bison wallows can also help distribute seeds and nutrients, promoting plant diversity and growth. The management of bison populations involves a combination of conservation and sustainable use. In protected areas such as national parks, bison are managed to maintain healthy populations and ecosystems. This often involves monitoring population numbers, health, and genetics, as well as managing habitat to ensure there is sufficient food and water. In some cases, managers may need to control population growth through culling or relocation to prevent overgrazing and habitat degradation. On private lands, bison are often managed for both conservation and commercial purposes. Bison ranching is a growing industry, providing meat, leather, and other products. Sustainable bison ranching practices can support conservation goals by maintaining healthy populations and habitats. For example, rotational grazing practices can mimic the natural movement of bison herds, promoting plant diversity and soil health. By balancing economic and ecological goals, bison ranching can contribute to the long-term conservation of the species and its habitat. The genetic diversity of bison is an important consideration for conservation. Genetic diversity is crucial for the health and resilience of populations, allowing them to adapt to changing conditions and resist diseases. Many bison populations today have low genetic diversity due to the bottleneck effect of the mass slaughter in the 19th century. Conservation efforts often involve genetic monitoring and management to maintain and enhance genetic diversity. This can include strategies such as translocating individuals between populations to promote gene flow and prevent inbreeding. The cultural significance of bison continues to play a vital role in their conservation. Many indigenous communities view the restoration of bison populations as a key part of their cultural and spiritual revival. These communities are often at the forefront of conservation efforts, leading initiatives to reintroduce bison to their traditional lands and manage them sustainably. By incorporating traditional knowledge and practices, these efforts can enhance the effectiveness of conservation strategies and promote a more holistic approach to wildlife management. Educational and outreach programs are crucial for raising awareness about bison and their conservation. By engaging the public through programs at schools, museums, and wildlife centers, conservation organizations can inspire a new generation of conservationists and foster a greater appreciation for these iconic animals. These programs often include opportunities for people to see bison up close, learn about their biology and history, and understand the challenges they face. By connecting people with bison, these programs can build support for conservation efforts and encourage positive action. The story of the bison is one of resilience and hope. From the brink of extinction to a symbol of conservation success, bison have shown an incredible ability to recover and thrive. This journey highlights the importance of dedicated conservation efforts and the power of collaboration between diverse groups of people. By continuing to support bison conservation, we can ensure that these magnificent animals remain a vital part of our natural heritage for generations to come. The reintroduction of bison to areas where they once roamed is an ongoing and complex process. These reintroduction efforts aim to restore the ecological balance of these areas and re-establish the cultural connections between indigenous peoples and bison. For example, the Intertribal Buffalo Council, a coalition of Native American tribes, has been instrumental in returning bison to tribal lands across the United States. These efforts not only help restore bison populations, but also support the revitalization of indigenous cultures and economies. Bison are often used as a flagship species for grassland conservation. As a charismatic and iconic animal, bison capture the public's imagination and draw attention to the importance of preserving grassland ecosystems. By focusing on bison conservation, we can also protect the many other species that share their habitat and the ecological processes that sustain these ecosystems. Bison research continues to provide valuable insights into their behavior, ecology, and genetics. Scientists study bison to understand their social structures, reproductive strategies, and interactions with other species. This research can inform conservation and management practices, helping to ensure the long-term survival of bison populations.